clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride, lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Danedingo 319. It's going to be a long day.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Back north.
Mike Popo.
Hey, Haywood.
44's to Mike.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Rodgers
going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Come on, at their own 24-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Play action. Now Wentz rolling to his right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the pass. Check. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Back to Cannon again on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Check. Crunch. Lefty.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. On the screen, this is Cannon. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
56. Mike, right there, 56. Here we go. Sponge. No. Kelly, don't let Kelly. Switch.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wentz now to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run on first down with Cannon, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. From the 24, Rodgers. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's coming. They're grip. He's coming.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Wentz. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
On third down, here's Cannon. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
That's where you belong.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Eagles 28, Packers 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Win 18. 54. Mike, 54. Hey.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Let's go. Great. Bravo. Under 10.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
6 guys.
Throwing on second and long. Wentz. And the catch made here by Sharon Peake. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Devontae Adams. Incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Me and you all day. All day.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They'll run on first down. It's Cannon, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check. 42's the mic.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. He completes it to Peak. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Check the backer. Whip. Great. Whip. Here we go. Check 15.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
I'm going to come back to you. Hey, 81. What's this on?
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got Peak. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sharon Peak, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go, D.
On second down, it's Jones looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
58.
Check 56. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here we go.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Eagles. And a touchdown there to help them expand the lead.
All you're looking for is as much separation between you and the other team as possible. They've got to feel good about what that touchdown gives them.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Partner,
join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
Blue 58.
Check 56. Squeeze, double.
Hey, take 26.
56.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 40 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 15. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick-6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Come on, QB, come on. 56 of mine.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at 4th in that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have a chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done, keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Rodgers again now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On first down, Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's got some space here. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find it.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I'm going to run you over. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Wentz to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing now is Wentz. He gets it here to Peak. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
61, match box, right. Hey, rip on 2, here. Hey, Alpha. Right over there.
Wentz now on first down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And the connection not there. Incomplete. Just 14 seconds. Down to the final couple of plays here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ram. Check out.
Now Wentz again, sliding out of the pocket. And he comes back with one complete. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
To throw, it's Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Now Wentz will keep it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.